Hi, thanks so much for being here. Welcome or welcome back. This video is about my thoughts and feelings about Filofax. So if you're interested, I hope you stick around. You know that I moved into Filofax in mid-2024, actually. So mid-2024, I fell in love with it. I just switched everything to Filofax and I didn't look back. I have been using other planners lately just because I already have them in my stash, but I did not purchase any new planners for 2025 because again, I knew that I wanted to have a ring system in my planning system in one way or another. The first Filofax that I ordered was a personal size Malden, and I wanted to ensure that it was a new planner from the store, only because first of all, I wanted to ensure that it was the best quality, hopefully. I guess that was a hope. But also I wanted to really invest in it. I did not necessarily want it to pay the full price, which I did not. I cannot remember exactly how much I paid, but it was not the full price. I think this one is running now for about almost $200. I did not pay $200 for it, but it's still, at that time I ordered it was still an investment. So I wanted to ensure that it was feeling like an investment, to make sure that I was using it and just giving it love and really using it. And I did use that for half of the year and I just love it. After that, I fell in love with the system and I wanted to carry it with me all over the place, but it was too big. Even though it's a personal size, it got to be too chunky for me to bring it with me out and about. So from here, I switched to my mini actually. But I think that was way too much of a compromise there. So from my personal to a mini, it was just too much to downsize. So I started using it just for my to-dos for today and just notes here and there. But again, I wasn't able to really plan in here. I did get it for a very affordable price, so I really can't complain. Even if I don't use it all the time, it's still not money that I wasted. It was like super affordable. But then after that, I decided to go ahead and go to the mid-size, which was the Pocket. And the Pocket has been my to-go planner for a few months now. I can remember I did buy this one secondhand, so somebody else had bought it and decided not to use it and sold it to me. So a lot of things that were originally with it did not come with it, but I did get the main planner, which is what I really wanted. So I have been using it like every single day. It has been it has taken place of my mini in terms of being what carries my to-dos and my summary of my plans when I'm on the go. I do have my cards in here. I have cash and coupons and stuff like that I can use when I'm out and about. And I love that I can switch things around. Even if I decide to go back to my personal or the mini, I have ways to incorporate and continue the plan as I have been doing. So if I switch from my Pocket planner to my mini, I can go ahead and continue the same thing because I can add the same sections and just have everything that I need. It's not like a compromise. It's a compromise in size, but it's not a compromise in terms of space. So I can add the same sections. So usually, or lately, I have been carrying in here a little bit of everything. I have from random notes to trackers to to other trackers. I have multiple trackers in here. I have meal planning, meal tracking, the monthly review for my meals, which is the plan for this month, for the month of March, the weeklies, and then I have the to-dos. I have other trackers in here that I have been testing. I love the ring system. It doesn't really have to be Filofax, but I do find that Filofax offers a variety of options in terms of covers. Like you can see, this one, it's more a classic look. Then this is more rugged, and then this is more, I guess, affordable, so it doesn't make you feel as guilty if you just toss it around and stuff like that. It does give you like the affordability portion, but then the other investment portion, it gives you options on colors, it gives you options in inserts. I do have plenty of insert stills from my personal. There's plenty of inserts that you can find online, not only from Filofax. I think that the personal size is the easiest to find inserts for, and I have plenty in here. Every time I flip through these, it makes me feel like I want to use it. It just feels so good in your hands. But that's another thing, I guess, the feeling of it. If you're like me anyways, I like that it is a slim profile, but it also allows you to add sections to it so it can get chunky, and I love the feeling. I love the feeling of being used. As you can see, there's the mark right here. That's where I put my pen, so it has been getting that mark in there, and it's part of it being used, and I love that it allows you to, make it your own. As far as the pros goes, you have the affordability to the investment portion. You have the availability of options to choose from in terms of colors and styles and feelings or covers and stuff like that. Sizes as well. The con, in my case, in my opinion, is the ability to add and remove sections can be negative. It can be negative if you allow yourself to just be all over the place. I think that it could be a pro to have the ability to add and remove, but you do have to be a little more diligent and conscious about how is it that you're using that feature and making sure that you're using it for your benefit instead of adding more load to your to-dos and things to keep up with and stuff like that. I think that so far I have been using the pocket planner a little bit more just because it's easy to carry with me, and it's not too small, it's not too big. So it's like the perfect medium size for me to carry it with me. It does not fit in my little bag, which is this Portland leather camera bag that I use all the time. I guess it could fit if I didn't have other stuff in here, but since I do carry other things in my bag, it doesn't really fit. But I do carry it with me in my hand, and I just put it by my side and in the car. I don't take it with me to the store or anything. I just leave it in the car, but it's just easier instead of bringing this giant one with me. As far as writing goes, I loved when I had the personal size as my main planner because I loved how it looks for my daily pages. I have shown you my daily pages before. I will insert some pictures in here if you want to take a look, a quick peek. But I loved that section. That was my favorite section and still is. Yeah, even though I'm not necessarily using a rings for my dailies this year, I still crave. And sometimes I do think I consider, I guess, incorporating it again just so I can have those daily pages. So it was like the perfect size. I think it wasn't too big, so it didn't feel overwhelmed to fill it up, but it wasn't too small either. So I had just enough space for me to jot down whatever it is that I was thinking of or the memories that I wanted to keep. I had pictures and everything was concise in one place. So as far as daily pages, this was my favorite. The mini has been my favorite just for the feeling of it, truly. I haven't really used it too much to say that it helps me to plan better or to keep track of my to-dos or anything. Being honest, I haven't really used it that much, but the feeling of it, I love it. I love flipping through this little tiny pages and seeing what I have. Currently, I don't have much because I did switch the sections and created clean ones to use it for the second quarter. But just flipping through these and the feeling of it, again, it just feels so good. And this is one that I could consider grabbing and tossing in my purse because it won't take that much space. I don't think I can even put it in this back outside pocket in here if I don't carry my phone in there, and it fits just perfect. As far as affordable accessories, like I said, the size for the personal is just easier to find online. If you'd like to print and cut your own inserts, you can find that all over the place online. I think that a lot of creators like Lindsay Scribbles and Torian Paper, I believe, and I can remember who else right now out of the top of my head, but I believe they are creating pocket size inserts that you can print in and cut at home. For the mini, I'm not sure. I have been cutting the paper myself, and I am considering to order a few sets from online and just have them as a standby. But I don't necessarily have anybody to mention like right away. If I do find anything that I like, I will post it and just leave it in the description in case you happen to be considering a mini. But for as far as affordable local accessories, I think that the pocket size is the best because I have been able to find little things like this. This is from the dollar store. This is a booklet of sticky notes and just like the classic sort of line paper, and I love using these in my pocket. I actually go ahead and round the corners so I can fit it a little bit better, and it has been amazing to have this in here. I just jot down random notes when I'm on the phone or whenever I just want to write down something super quick that I have to refer eventually, and it fits perfect. So once I round the corners, it fits on the actual size of the pocket planner, and I don't have to do anything else. I don't even have to actually cut down or round the corners. I can just use that as so, and it fits just fine. And it's just $1 this whole pack. And again, this has been one of my favorites so far. Other affordable accessories has been these pockets. These are clear pockets that I've got, frosted pockets, I guess, that I got on Amazon. They're not local, but they're super affordable. And it comes in a pack of 2, and it has 4 each. It's just perfect. The only thing that I will say is that I prefer to cut out the little tab so I can just use it as. So this is one of those that I have been using here. So in the front pocket, I just have a picture of whatever quote I want to add in there. And then in the back of it, I just added other stickers and stuff that I don't necessarily want to stick anywhere. I just have to want to see them, but not necessarily stick them. So you have a clear pocket in the back of that, or frosted, I guess, like a sleeve pocket there, so you can slide things in there that they won't go anywhere. So I have a few of those around. What else do I have? Also, these little recipe tabs or dividers. Let me see if I can find one. These little recipe dividers that you can get at the, I guess, office section. I have been using these ones to create the divisions for the planner. They're a little bit shorter than the regular paper that I have been using from Amazon. I guess you can cut it out if you want to make it slimmer, or you can just make your own. This is the one that I use because I like the cream color and they're super affordable. Everything that I'm mentioning, I will link below just in case you want to take a look. But if I want to use this one, it's a little bit shorter or thinner, I guess, or narrower, I guess, comparing to the paper, but I can still use it just fine. And I have been using it to hold, like here, I've been using it to hold sticky notes on the side. And then there's a affirmation card in here. And then also using my tarot cards as decoration for the actual dividers is perfect because they are the perfect size. So this is an oracle card, and usually they're about the same size. So I can use this one in there and it just fits perfectly. And then this is another of the affirmation cards. So if I put it right in the middle, it will look nice in there. So I'm just saying that because the size is not too small, not too big. So it just kind of looks better when you use the just little accessories here and there, because it just fits better. And even the Polaroids, I think I like those, how they look in here. I have a lot of little accessories from Hobonichi. This is from my AE6, actually from my traveler's passport traveler's notebook. That's what that is. And it is the perfect size. I have been using it to just because I like how it looks. And sometimes I use it to divide the pages and stuff. I also use the ruler from the traveler's company, and it's about the same size. So I can just hold it back here and it fits just fine. I can reach for it quicker as well. So a lot of accessories work great for this size. If I was to use some of these on this mini, I will have to adjust them in size. So I guess that's why I kind of find myself using the pocket a little bit more. And finally, in terms of holding pens, for example, that's where my personal is my favorite because it has room for the actual pen. So in here, in the actual loop, I can have one of the pens, and even I can put another one inside and hold it with the holder and it will stay in place. I can sometimes hold it in here. I can sometimes put it, some people use it, the actual rings to put like a pen in here. I don't necessarily do that because I find it like it's awkward, but they fit just perfect in this little loop, and I love that. Now on these other two is a whole nother story. So that's why on this one, you can see this mark right here. It's from my pen because I usually just grab my notebook or my planner and just put the pen in there and keep on. So it just creating that dent in there, because the other option is to force it in here and then it's just super hard to get it out. So I don't even try. The other thing is just put it like this, but then it's too long. And the final option is just put it like this and then hold it like this, which I can still do if I'm going to put it inside a backpack or something so it doesn't fall from here. But then once I open this, I have to make sure that I grab the pen so it doesn't fall. Those are just nuances that are not that important, but if you are into like grabbing your pen and making sure that you have multiple with you, maybe the personal size is the option. And this one, I'm not even going to go there because it doesn't do anything with pens. But yeah, those are my thoughts and feelings about these. I definitely plan on having these in my stash for years. I don't necessarily plan on using them all the time. I can just clean them out and put them away and store them away for some of the time. But for the time being, I do see myself using one or at least one with my system. This year, I'm using one of these for like to-dos for the day, and I'm using my common planner as my main planner. But next year, I'm planning on going back to my personal as my main planner and then using one of these as my to-dos. We'll see how that goes. We're still early in 2025, so a lot of things will happen before I make my mind. But yeah, I wanted to share my experience, my thoughts, and what I think about them, and just a few tips if you have been considering to add a rings planner. It doesn't have to be a Filofax, but just any ring planner to your system. I hope that you have found the video helpful in some way. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.